Let's see. Now we should have some sound, but I'm very loud, it seems. I'm gonna pray my fellow Tenno are very nice to me, which it seems they are. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that there was no sound. I believe the sound should now be there, so if someone in chat can let me know if the sound's there, that should be good. I'll double check myself as well. Cool, thank you. If it is too loud or too soft, also let me just know and then I can adjust accordingly. You didn't miss out on too much. I was just rambling about this leechimus that is impossible to be killed because it spawns these regen pools. But of course everybody likes to stand in. Yeah, see, it just keeps on healing itself. There's really no point. Oh god, someone died. Hold up. Where's this angel? Over there. We'll get that. Get our fallen brother or sister. Go. Now I need to go back really quickly because people are probably not paying attention to life supports. We're almost running out. So let's quickly go back. I don't know if that person even left who I killed the angel for. They might have. So I don't see them in the squad anymore. All that effort for nothing. Oh god. Okay, I have my damage resistance. I can get rid of this void rig. There we go. Whoa, the leechimus is almost dead. He almost did it. Not that it matters, because we're pretty much done with the mission anyway. Die! Did it. Managed to kill it in the end. Only took like 10 minutes. Basically the entire time we've been in here. But we're good. Boom! There we go, baby. Nombre 2. Try to just up a little bit. See in OBS if I'm... If people are wondering why I'm doing red crits, it's probably the... I do have Enervate on this build, so I should be seeing some red crits here and there, but not like this. Is there above? I think so, yeah. I think it's running out in like 5, 4, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And back to yellow and red, orange crits. Cool. Okay, now it's not a leech Eximus, so we can actually kill it. Albeit slowly. At least it's dying. Look at that Enervate going rampant, baby. I know, and Hotshot is now also a good arcane to just slap on Enervate. Whoop. Enervate and a bunch of fire rate and you're good. Good. Don't even have to spawn specters. No specters needed this time. Wonder what the temporal Archimedia is like this week. I saw it's another Legicite, which is horrible. Ever since they changed damage attenuation, it's a tough one, man. Look at this pure display of skill. I'm holding left click. Let's go! There we go. Damn. Warframe is a hard game, man. It's so difficult, honestly. They should start an esports league for Warframe. Imagine though, if there was actually some competitive aspect to the game. It could be cool. The face-off mode was decent. Just didn't really hit for me. That's a nice idea, but maybe they can expand on it, I guess. Make sure to grab all the candy. Okay, we pray for another not leech. Anything but leech. Yeah, shock Eximus is fine. Gucci. Well, there we go. Another 45 seconds off the clock. See if we can get this thing reinforced just to make sure that it doesn't randomly die on us. So that would suck. It looks like we have to collect double the amount of glyphs for it to be reinforced. I think it's usually like 50. I guess after this run I'll just go through the build that I've used for Mesa. So you can have a look-see. The only thing I really did was I did adjust it a little bit. I just put some more damage reduction on in the form of adaptation, just to stack onto her shatter shield thing. Whatever the third is called, ballistic shield. %9.5%. But we're chill. Good. You gotta deal with lost quality. Let's see. Put the bit rate down a little bit. See if the internet's able to pull that. Upload speed is abysmal at the moment. Let's go! Alchemy. It's already 2 blue shards. I think the first reward was like Tau Forge blue. I'll get my boy. I'll get you. Don't worry. Oh no, it's the things. It's the things. I might fucking die. Oh, the damage resistance is... The damage reduction is fucking carrying me right here. I was standing right in that dude's face and it didn't matter. Gonna be a tough one. With the leeches. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Thank the Lord for the wisp with the health regen, man. For real. Not being able to use operator to like circumvent those with void modes makes this 10 times harder. I got you, bro. I got you. We got you, brother. That's one more, okay, one more toxin for the corrosive. I think the corrosive buff applies to my regulators as well. It should, I think. So that's another 100% corrosive damage for free. Okay, now it's always the question whether someone's gonna shoot the pipe or not. Often 2 people shoot it at the same time and then it goes under the little bar. I have to wait way longer. Okay. We're good. Wait. Pipe. Boom. Luckily it's only 2 and... Whoa. It might have been a good thing that that one person disconnected or just left straight up, because it means that the alchemy is faster. You have to throw less of the vials, which is nice. Otherwise, this can take a long time. I remember when this just released, there was this debuff that was like only Eximus units can drop the canisters, and then 0 Eximus units spawned, which was horrible. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna make that. It's gonna be Void Angel time, but it should be okay. Make sure that person doesn't leave. Should be able to revive him, right? I think. With the angel, it should spawn. There it is, okay. I'll say that I'll go take the angel. I mean, look at that damage. Easy. Boom. Cool. No problem, bro. Just subscribe to the channel. As a thank you. Imagine that's my response. That person says thank you. I just say subscribe to my YouTube channel. Fucking desperate over here. We are making gas, and that gives me gas. Oh no. I did it, people. I screwed up. First mistake apart from fixing the audio in the beginning of the stream, because I'm a dumbass and all of my stuff reset. I think I might be bugged now, okay. That's like I can't use my other abilities. I'm grayed out. I'll get you! I'll get you! Don't worry! Okay, I'm not gonna get you! I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna get you! Okay. We're good. Wait, I'm gonna get one of those whiffs modes, because that almost screwed me over there, not having the health regen. Okay. Oh no, my boy. My beautiful boy. There you go. You're good, you're good. I got you, brother. We all got each other's backs. It's fine. Cool. Now it's just hypes, and we're the hell out of here. On to the next weekly thing. I think the most interesting for people that are watching will be the way I do my calendar in 1999. Because I think people take way too long on that to complete it. So it might be good to see some of the techniques that I use to get that done quickly. I think for stuff like this, the EDAs, it's also just getting lucky with your frame, whether you can do it efficiently or not. Like having Mesa was nice because of the damage. And then I got a decent team together. This kind of sucks though. Someone is dead again. Please don't die. This man has operator, so we should be good. Okay. I think if we just finish, the guy still gets his rewards. He should do at least. Okay, so that's disappointing. 2 blue shards. More blue shards to add to my collection. That's 2 Tau Forge blues and 2 normal blues, bro. I shouldn't have jinxed it when I started the stream. Nobody could hear, but I jinxed it. I said like, well, I hope today I don't get too many blue and topaz shards or something. And here I am with 2 Tau Forge blue shards and 2 normal blue shards. God damn it. Let's see if the bird has anything good. See if it's red. It's probably gonna be blue, isn't it? Oh my god. More blue. God damn it. Okay, I'll come back for the netracell later. I'm gonna do the Archimedias first. Okay, so right now, the shard situation is kind of shit. Secondary damage, melee damage. This is great. That's a good invigoration for Ash. That's dope. The Lavos one is decent, so I might play around with it this week. So that's 3 more blues, so that means another Tau. It also means I have 36 blue shards. We really need some transmuters, man. Come on. I mean, this situation is insane. I have 1 emerald, which I probably got from a weekly. 3 of these, which I got from weeklies. 2 of these, also weeklies. Then it's almost no reds, because they're on my frames everywhere. A bunch of yellows, but I only usually use 1 on my builds. And then I don't use blues ever. Because I have enough of these, because I get them from the new Archimedia. So I don't use the blues to combine them for the violet or the emeralds. So they just keep stacking. We really need some solution for this, because this is ridiculous. God. Oh well. Next on the list. We go to Kaya. Okay, let's have a look. Unlock this. We have Dante, baby. We win at this game. We have Dante Latham, bro. Incredibly lucky. Incredibly lucky right here. Oh yeah, I was also gonna show the Mesa build. 1 sec. Okay, I'll do this later. I have to adjust the build anyway. So the Mesa builds. I mean, the weapons don't really matter. I just slapped something on. The jet attack is decent though. This is the build I have on it. It's a slam build that you can use in combination with Zephyr. That works really well. Even though Zephyr slams did get nerfed. This was the build for Mesa. You could get Augur Secrets out for like Intensify or Umbral Intensify if you have the space for it. Could even do Precision Intensify maybe for the regulator damage. 3.68, yeah, could be decent. Get some big regulator damage. But yeah, apparently on normal Mesa, you actually have higher crit chance or something. It's weird. It's a recent video I saw on YouTube where someone explained that the crit buff on Mesa works twice or something, or at least there's some weird stuff going on. So actually, if you want to have the highest DPS possible on Mesa, it's better to have the regular Mesa, which I have, of course, subsumed. And I'm not gonna build a new Mesa for it because it's most likely gonna get fixed down the line. But yeah, just a small tidbit of information if you didn't know. Normal Mesa has higher crit chance, so it's easier to get red crits and stuff. Okay, let's see again. We had Dante Latham. The hack? Okay. Dante, Latham, hack. Even Lex and Cardinal I could use, which is crazy. Latham is more DPS though. Galvacord. Ability overload is fine. I mean, I have to do everything, right? I have to do everything because I need the Pix chips. Defense, Hargust, Scholar, okay. Does anyone actually know if these Pix, Peely Pix, if they are like subsumed or if they are like items that go away once you equip them? I've never equipped them in any of my runs. I'm not sure if you use them, that they like, if they're consumables, I should say. There we go. That was what I was looking for, consumables. This is good. I'm just gonna slap some on and then see. I think you can dense fog, gas blankets. Yeah. That's fine. So I do the gas there. And then here we have overguards, bombardments. 2 legicides need to be captured, okay. Antimatter drop. Gain 1 Peely Pix chip on successful mission. Hold on. That's good. That's a way to get extra of those chips for your... Ah. So these are like even further debuffs, I guess? Yeah, so these are further debuffs, but you get the Pix chip. I've never really looked at these in depth. Elemental ammo pack is crazy. Weak point kills give me 0 star. Cold damage is nice. Primary and secondary, that should work. Like Noctua and stuff if I go Dante. Hold your breath, toxin damage over time. Honestly, might do the thing that I have here there. Because that toxin damage is crazy. Calder of Vissies. I might run one of the extra Pix chips on the first mission. An antimatter drop. Ah, that's fine. Okay. So we have Dante, Hack, Latham, Galvacord. Okay. Just wait. Just wait for my crappy internet to actually do something. Yeah, there we go. Network not responding. Lovely. I love it. I have no idea what causes that. Ever since I moved, I have this. Okay. Dante. General Dante. Yeah, sure. Then we have the Hack. What the heck? We have the Latham, which I renamed. And then we had the Galvacord. And Latham, I have Corrosive Blast, Enervate. I mean, that's fine. Noctua. Do I want something interesting on Noctua? I have the Encumber setup. That's okay. Cool. We're good.
Dude, I'm so glad. It's got a set of crisis events lined up for you.
Let's go.
Make sure we get a gold star on each one.
Let me double check. I'm not sure if I have the elite. I should have, right?
You don't have to keep up with this. Belmir and Minerva are ready.
Yeah, okay. Elite is on.
For temporal shenanigans.
Yeah. Just trigger it again. Okay. Skip this. To the next bit of a musical. Well, let's go. Apparently you can bullet jump on the bike. Look at that. I never knew. Look at that bike bullet jump, baby. Hell yeah. Look at this bike bullet jump. Oh my god, we're on top of the stage. I mean, I'm gonna wait a little bit for people, I guess. Oh, there's the orb. Fuck it, we'll just do it. Just gonna go in and see how we fare. Alone or with people, it doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, having no gear kind of sucks if you're alone. Temple's already taken so much damage. I don't think this is gonna work if I'm alone, honestly. Because I can't spawn specters to like direct their fire away, so this is gonna immediately fail, I guess. I'm done. I'm done for. I'm legit done for. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way.
I always say learn more from failure than success.
I can't do that alone.
Did we learn anything?
Nope. Not having specters makes that incredibly more difficult.
At least I got people all set.
Double check whether I'm actually on public. I am. There's just no one, I guess, to play with.
Got a set of crisis events lined up for you. Make sure we get a gold star on each one.
I'll just increase my ping limit. Like 300. Insane ping. Or alternatively, I could swap to Europe, I guess. And then hopefully there's people playing here. The reason why I'm on North America is because there's more people in trade chat. So if I ever want to get something from trade chat, there's just either more people to sell to or like buy from. Okay, there we go. That's better. Now at least we have a squad. We have 2 Dantes. You actually jump over that? No, you can't. Whoa, trick. Whoa, bike tricks. Bike tricks. Pull a wheelie, pull a wheelie. Oh, look at them do a wheelie. Okay, we're here. We're good. Okay. Okay, now we're good. That's a lot better. Boom, got the books and everything. Nice. Okay. Yeah, it was impossible to do this alone. There's absolutely no way. I wonder if there might have been like stickers that I could use to defend more easily. If there's something that like heals your allies or whatever. I think there's like one thing like the burger menu or whatever it's called, that drops health that you can pick up, or that gets spread to teammates. That'd be good to have. Burger Fest, yeah, that's it. That might have been a good one. But I picked a negative. Also didn't help me in the first try. Should be like an antimatter drop that follows me around. I think I've seen it once at the moment. Scalder, a screamer can stop screaming. Thank you. Oh damn, there's one that gives you prime sure-footed like that stuff. Yeah, I think I saw it, the knockdown immunity. I haven't upgraded any of the stickers yet. As there's now people in the chat that know this kind of stuff. Maybe do you also know if they're consumed upon use, or if are they just like sort of arcanes that you can equip and then upgrade over time? I have no clue. Who'll be killing this guy? Give everybody another book. They're not consumed upon use, they're modifiers that you can upgrade. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I thought they were consumables first. For some reason that would also fit for me, because some of them can like completely negate some of the detrimental effects that you get. Like the one that shields you from toxin damage is the one that I equipped for the 3rd mission now. It seems quite OP, so I wouldn't have been surprised if they were consumables. But it makes more sense that they're more arcane-like, where you can upgrade them. Yeah. It's kind of why I didn't use them in the first place, because I did think they were consumable, so I was like, okay, well, I'll just keep them and then upgrade them, and then if I get a really bad negative modifier, I will use it at that point. Otherwise, I might waste it. But that's good to know. Then I don't have to be as conservative with just spamming them and equipping them. Self-rest make me think they would be consumables as well, but was pleasantly surprised to see they weren't consumed. Yeah, I can imagine. Like I said, some of them are quite powerful if you read them. Let's get rid of these things because they're incredibly annoying. Are there everybody a book again? Read your books, guys. Read your literature. Get yourself a priming companion. Oh damn, that sucks. The stickers that only give you the primary. Yeah. I think those are the most underwhelming to me. The ones where you get like one of the new weapons equipped. I guess the only decent one is the melee that you can get, because that melee is ridiculously busted. But I don't know if it would use your actual mod loadout whenever you pick that sticker. Because if it doesn't give you or copy your mod loadout, you're stuck there without something like influence. You're like, okay, well I can melee, but it kind of sucks. Yeah, I know, right? Hardest mode in the game. Here, have a sticker with one of the most horrible weapons in the game. Unmodded. No damage. Good luck. That sticker should honestly also give you one of those coins. Because it's more of a downside than an upside. I guess it could make sense for people who don't have everything modded and have loadouts on every weapon. At that point it might be the case that some of them outperform your usual loadouts. Yeah. Cool, mission 1 complete. Let's go! Have you guys already done the weeklies, or are you still in the process of doing them as well? I usually bust them out straight away on either the Sunday or the Monday, but I didn't have time. I was actually working on the new video for Zephyr's Tornado. My fucking god! Another blue shard! I'm so done! I'm so done with these blue shards. That's the 37th blue shard that I have right now. I have no use for these fucking things. Just give me something that I can transmute them. Even, I don't care. Make it 3-to-1 ratio. I don't give a shit, man. I would rather have like 10 red shards than 30 blue shards. For real. God damn it. I've gotten only blue shards, bro. Oh, damn. The blues. Getting this many blues gives me the blues, bro. For real. Please. Just a red is all that I ask. Maybe a purple. I could even get a green. Greens are fine. Topaz is fine for the Mimi builds. Just anything but the blue. Just jinxed it for myself. Oh god. Hey, we have... Hold up. I could work on the weekly calendar while doing this, but I have a shitty melee, so I can't really get melee kills right now. I'll just leave it, whatever. Okay, time for the double Legacy, baby. Here we go. Everybody has their book, everybody has their nourish. Got some big... There's a gun. Oh, it's a copy. I got jinxed. Okay. Apparently if you spawn a Gara circle around these guys, they don't move out of it. So you can actually use Gara to lock these dudes down. Which is pretty cool, but I've not tried it myself yet. I only read it on the wiki when I was doing some like background checks for the video. Okay, I guess one is down, right? We still have two. Yeah. This is insane, honestly. Here at DE we like flipping damage attenuation. Overlays frozen. Cool, I'll look into it in one sec. Once this guy's done for. Thank you for letting me know. I've had some problems because I had to update one of my software programs. So whenever you update stuff and then OBS has to get all your settings right, it's a bit of a pain. Okay, let me just spam some overguard on myself, stand somewhere in a corner, and we'll have a look at the overlay doing weird stuff. I think it should be fine, right? Chat overlays frozen. It works on my end, looks like. Oh yeah, I see. Interesting. I don't know how to fix that. Possibly have to drop the stream. Or can disable and re-enable it maybe. Hold on, I'm dying. Jade Aximus on my ass. Okay. Let me have a look. Maybe this fixes it? Maybe refresh the... Yeah, refresh the window. Cool. Chat replay fixed. Get these hearts. Over here. Use this cat. Also like how the Legacyte can one-shot those shield gate. Yeah. I guess that's toxin damage that it deals for one of the abilities. I think there's like an ability overview on the wiki, which abilities it can do. And one of them deals toxin damage, I think. That it just goes through your shields, which is insane. I think this mission, this Legacyte capture with all of these negative modifiers might be the hardest content in the game right now. Okay, I almost froze. Interesting. Maybe someone dealt damage cap damage. Yeah, exactly. The bow is able to do it as well. It's like maybe Dante's fourth with the statuses goes through the attenuation, but of course not. To air, boy. Why are you running? Stop fleeing from your inevitable fate. Rawr. Oh, so close. Finally, okay. That one is done for. I'll protect my guy. Get rid of these Jade Examine. I don't know. Lag could also be an issue. I mean, did you see that lag spike I just had? If you really want to lag out your game, my new video will have a great way to lag out even my computer. Not that my computer is super high-end anymore, because I didn't upgrade for like the last 5 years. So at the moment my hardware is 5 years old. I was actually looking into like upgrading, and then I saw all of the raw performance from the new Nvidia cards, which was just kind of shite, and I was like, I'll just stick it out. I'll stick it out another generation. It's fine. I mostly play Warframe and less demanding games anyway, like older games with my friends whenever I play LAN or stuff like that, so there's no real need for me to upgrade. The Mesa Phage damage cap build should work on those. Really? Does that actually go past... I know of that bug, yeah. Like either the Phage or the Phantasma does it as well, I think. I didn't know that goes through attenuation. Could be interesting to try out, actually. My god, stop moving. We need more books. We don't have enough books. Get your library game up. I can't see where the thing is, but there it is. I think it also goes invisible sometimes. It's just the... Oh, yeah. It should, but with DE you never know what they change, right? They changed the whole attenuation mechanic without telling anyone. Fuck's sake. I had to put a whole new, like, entrance, a whole new part in the script for the tornado video after I already recorded the entire thing. Because I was explaining how tornadoes used to bypass damage attenuation. And then I was like, okay, well, I kind of don't want to redo the entire script or that part, so I'll just leave it in because it has some additional info as well. It's like, I'll just put in an extra little bit that discusses it. But it's really annoying that stuff like that happens. Usually they're quite good at communicating changes in the patch notes, but there was just nothing. Or it showed negative damage capability. Yeah. I actually had one of my friends in game message me about him hitting damage cap on like the Necromax on Deimos with Nova for some reason. I didn't end up looking into it, but it could be that it's just visually a bug where it's like, oh, you're dealing damage cap, but then it deals 0 damage, like you say. You never... Oh, okay. Back when we were theory crafting and then some genius said he was insta-killing with Sephiroth because of the revive. I guess that's the only thing that worked. The only thing that works against these Legacites might be Sephiroth revive. I didn't test that either. A Peely pack, baby. Oh my god, we got a red shard. Finally. Imagine getting lucky. Damn, couldn't be me. Zamblu, no. Where's Zamblu? I think that it's the... Hold on, it's a pet, isn't it? No, it's not. Where's the... Okay, he survived. No idea where that person was. Give people some overguard first and go from there. Get the bird. Get the book. Boom. Kill the mark the bow. Not the bow. Shoot the little spores on his tentacles. There we go, look at that damage. I don't know, man. I'm really not a fan of damage attenuation. I get why it's in the game. Like, I understand. If people are doing damage cap, that's literally the limit of your game. I understand that you have to think of something to make sure that people don't continuously do that and trivialize everything, but it just feels so weird because it's only a couple of enemies where it applies to. So to me it doesn't make sense that you have these enemies which I just mow through. Like no effort, millions of damage. And then you have these guys and I do like 2k damage. It just feels bad. I wouldn't know a solution. I hit damage cap with Yorelli's board of Void. Hey, I can actually do this safe. Why not? Get some extra credits. Can you please stop with your beam? Thank you. It never amazes me how people figure out how to do damage cap with literally anything in the game. It's just the funniest shit to me to see someone with a fishing spear deal damage cap. I wonder if Warframe will have the same issues. Which reminds me again that I could actually play the Warframe closed beta at some point. Either on stream or make a video about it. Because I still haven't played, but I do have a key. But that could be interesting. Sort of follow more closely where that game is going as well. Ba-bow, ba-bow, ba-bow. Ba-ba-da-bow, ba-da-bow, ba-da-bow. Need my book. Hell yeah. Oh. 30 seconds per Baba. Not bad, they're way easier to kill than the Necromex that we just faced. Unless you get another Leech Babao, I guess. Those dudes never quit. This guy as well, like, is this fun? Is this fun having to fucking aim track this guy all over the place because he doesn't die? Is that fun? I don't know. It might be funny to see him fly around, but it's annoying. No gas for you. Give me some crits. Give me some incarnate charge. No, and we stand and we fire. Hell yeah. Arcane impetus at 13 stacks. Massive W. Okay, so after this, I will do the calendar. See if there's a mod drop booster there. Sorry, Velmir. Almost headshot you. Almost headshot the Chad. Even shooting at the weak spot doesn't do anything. You know what? If they were to change it where you can actually deal your damage by shooting the weak spot and those weak spots not having damage attenuation, I would be happy. That might be the fix in my eyes. Like, it would reward your accuracy so you could still kill them quickly. But then you don't have the issue of just having to stand there and spam and spam and spam. It would be interesting if they did something like that, where damage attenuation doesn't apply to certain, like, critical body parts. Because they have all of these cool enemies with these different weak spots that you can hit to trigger stuff. And then it doesn't really do anything to make them easier to kill. Like, it gives me some more crit chance, but the moment my attenuation kicks in, it doesn't matter whether I'm hitting the critical spot or not. Doesn't do anything more for me, which kind of feels bad. Could be interesting if they did it that way. I guess it's also a hard way to code it or something, because it would mean that damage has to be calculated differently for every body part. But I guess it's already there with the headshot multiplier. I'm rambling. Decent ID though. It doesn't have a boss bar, it shouldn't have to be shot a gazillion of times. I agree. But you know how they're gonna fix your issue with it now, right? They're just gonna put a boss bar on everything. They're just gonna put boss bar Babao. Babao Eximus. Get wrecked. Every little annoying enemy turns into a mini boss. Okay, brother. Hey, green shard, let's go. Or even just reduce DR on weak spots. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't even have to be turned off completely, but just another form of damage reduction on the weak spots would be better. Okay, let's get my arcades here.
How are you the most normal person I know?
More stickers. Hell yeah, baby. Weak point kill, chance to drop health orbs, energy orb. Okay, god, that's good. Purgator. Nah, cool.
How's your collection coming?
Didn't even get any of the arcanes. I ended up selling my hotshot as well, because I was like, I'll buy it back later when it's cheaper. I had it, I was like, okay, I'll take the 200 plat loss right now and then just save myself the even further loss in platinum in the future, because I'm gonna end up having a hotshot in the future anyway. And if I really want it for a build, I can buy it, but at least costs me less platinum than it did right when it dropped. Zamblue, put some knowledge in the chat, guys. Look at that. Gibhun Jimmy. Hell yeah. Warframe cheat codes right there. Is there anything else I have to do here? Do I have to visit some vendor to get stuff? I guess I can look at Coda weapons. If there's any 60s. A Meyer on 60. Okay. I might get that. Do I have the cells? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, I mean, easy. Boom. Nice. It saves me having to farm more technocides. Okay, so next is the calendar. So what I like to do for the calendar is just look at it. See what I have. So it's melee, abilities. Just kill, melee, abilities, and just kill a bunch of tech rods. Prizes. Kind of suck. Okay, suck quite a bit. Majorly suck this week. Calendar prizes majorly suck this week. Okay, anyway. Melee and Scalder troops with ability. So this is tech rod. I can't do them in one mission, which I find really annoying as well. 60% Meyer might be worth picking up. Yeah, I just got it. I don't have a Meyer build yet, so I could look into it. I didn't really build all of the Coda weapons that in depth yet. Anyway. I really like the Bass Assist though. That stuff is good. I was using that on one of my Kome runs in a survival. That was so much fun. Like the alternate fire would just wipe everything because you get all of the extra elements from Kome and all of the buffs that she gives from the decrees. Insane. Didn't have to aim at all, just shot in the air somewhere. Okay. Builds. So if I get the break crates build thing, like when you have to break the containers, I usually run a Zaku with max range. So I slapped this one on. I know it's not in the calendar this week, but I still want to show this anyway. So it's literally just as much range as possible, and then you go in the mission, get a pad going, kill some enemies, and then you just keep spamming fast untime throughout the mission. Usually do it in the next terminate. And then once I'm almost at the end, I either finish the mission, or if I still have to kill a lot, I just go out and then go back in again. Because the fourth ability from Zaku destroys all of the crates. Limbo could be a decent pick as well. It's whatever you want. Any frame that can break crates through walls, Gara even, could also be decent. But for the general stuff, for the melee, I usually use Zephyr with a regular old Magistar Slam. Let's see which one I need. Need this one. Oh my god, no. Ah, I immediately loaded the mission. This is not what I wanted. Depending on how far they are, I'll either finish it or just leave. Okay, it just began. Fine. I just go and slam. There we go, and we slam, and then everything is dead.
Now listen up. You get close, your clock will start counting. Bust into the cash before it's smoked. See?
80, 90. Should almost be there. 100. Look, and now what you do is you just abort. Because why the hell would you stay in the mission if you're doing the calendar? Just get out. Save yourself time, because it will save the progress on your thing. Boom! Number 1 is done. That's how easy it is. Look at that. I got the Forma blueprint. I'll get the adapter actually. Critical chance, energy pickup, range, armor. I'll get this. Scalder troops with abilities. So for the abilities one, I like running Sephiroth because it makes it super easy. So the Sephiroth build looks like this. it's the one that I also used in one of my videos a long time ago, so you can just copy that around. So it's a bunch of roar, good roar buff, decent range. Like I adjusted a little bit to have a little bit less range. The 5 forma is not needed, as you see here. So it might even be like 2 forma this build, like 1 aura thing here. You don't necessarily need prime footed. Could run something else. There's a lot of builds where I actually have to put the Omni forma on the Exilus so I can actually run some different stuff. Because you don't, let's say you're in a squad with a Dante, you don't really need prime footed, man. You can just run anything you want. Anyhow, that's that Sephiroth build, so it's the nuke with Reap and Sow and both of the augments, and then Roar for the raw damage on top of it, because it bypasses its true damage, so it bypasses any shields or armor, which makes it super easy. Then if I have to kill stuff, I usually go into a survival. If it's a kill target, just hop in that survival, get going, and then with almost no effort you have a 75 troops, which is nothing. So we boost over to these dudes. There they are. Get a pad. Get extra buff from the operating. Reap, so reap. Boom. It's already 10. If you want, you can shoot a primer. Just the viral will work. Already halfway. No energy. That's why I have the Glaxion for extra energy orbs. 75, 50 out of 75. Don't really have to do that, but I like Sephiroth a little bit better on the tech rod. I like to do this with Saren Sobek. Does that actually trigger the abilities? Like, do they die from ability damage that way? Because it's Toxic Lash or whatever? There's a lot of options. I mean, Mesa is fine as well. Okay, we should be done, I think. How many kills do I have? Stats. 110. Should be okay, one sec. Didn't see the pop-up. Might have missed it. Think about running Equilibrium on this build as well, actually. Ooh, I can spawn Technocite, why not? Multitasking, always good to do. Yeah, I think we have it. Okay, so if I have it, I leave again. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for letting me know. There's no problem with leaving, just go. It's also why I actually have quite a high quit rate on my profile. So I usually quit this kind of stuff whenever I'm farming. I will get the shards, even though it's topaz. Kill 500 enemies. This just depends on what I want to do, honestly. Like, if you have to kill a bunch of dudes, you can get the Scythe Sobek build. You can get a Saren Sobek. You can do whatever, honestly. If it's kill, it's just whatever's the highest KPM. So as Gara is now quite ridiculous. Let's just take a Gara. Let me double check the build I have here. Yeah, it should be fine. Look at the Shattered Lash I have on. Okay, it's the influence one, so it's bigger range. If I have to kill any old enemy like this, I usually get the Technocyte, the Tech Rod mission, because there's just more enemies, enemy density is higher. And we just stand here for a bit, get some energy. Hold on. Cool. Whoop. 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 Oh yeah, baby. Gara's just too satisfying to use for me at the moment. It's so stupid, but it feels so fun. Look at that. That's what I live for. Damage clouds, baby. Oh, everybody's watching the movie. What are we watching? An eye. Did I not end up spawning a Technocyte in that last mission? Because I see one of the things drop again. Hold on. Okay, oh, I guess I spawned it here. Also fine. Backtrack. I might even finish the objective before I spawn it in. I really thought I spawned one. Ah, I might have just done reset the alarms on the last one instead of actually spawning the Technocyte. That's annoying. Some more power strength. But even more damage that I do not actually need. Oh, baby. Dopamine. Hit me with that dopamine. Yeah, I got quite a lot of feedback on this Gara build, where I was like, this Gara build is shit. What the fuck? Why are you not subsuming over a third ability? My idea behind it was like, okay, I kind of want to have maximum efficiency, so I always have max energy, so I can just spam like a madman and I don't have to think about anything. So that sort of ruled out me wanting to use blind rage, which is why I settled on precision intensify. And then I was like, okay, well then I have to put my nourish on the 4, so I don't have to shield, which kind of sucks because I don't have the 1 and 4 combination, which also refreshes 2, etc. So I lose quite a bit of the kit, but when I saw this damage and I saw how easy it was to kill stuff, I was like, I don't really need that combination anyway, because everything is more or less dead before it reaches me. So that's why I put Nourish on the 4. And the reason why I also didn't want to put it over the 3 was some people might not have all of the mods leveled, like Equilibrium and stuff, which would enable you to run Spectre Siphon for more energy orb drops. So you could just go around and do like, get your mirrors up and then kill some enemies there, get a bunch of energy orbs to even help more with the sustain. That was the idea behind that. I may or may not just stay this last minute because I only just finished the objective. And at the moment it's a decent amount of loot that I would be losing out on. But yeah, you could just leave the mission if you wanted to. Just that at this point, I guess I have quite a bit of resource that I don't want to skimp out on. It's also not resources that I have a ton of at the moment, because this was, of course, the most recent release of resources. If it was something like nanospores, sure, whatever. I have 22 million, there's no need to stay in the mission. But there's actually some of this stuff you can use for bile, which is great. Oh yeah, people saying, what am I going to do if Gara faces stairs? My answer was literally like, I just hit the same button and it will move up the stairs because of influence. Pretty much. I was thinking about doing like a visualization of it, like editing wise. It took a little bit too much time. The way I wanted to show it was like, because basically what happens when you put melee influence on Gara is it spawns a literal orb around your whole range, because melee influence works in a sphere, so it's 3D, and Gara's ability has sort of like this, it's more like a disc, the range. So it's basically like spheres that you plop on to the disc that you do, which means that you can also actually do vertical damage, which is why influence is so great on Gara. Anyhow, those were the ability kills. Yes. I know you have spawned, that's fine. Get Kuva. More the merrier. Enemies with melee weapons. I will tell you right now, I'm just gonna stay on Gara because Shattered Lash counts as a melee now. And it counts as an ability. Honestly, you could just use Gara for almost all of these things. Because pardon me, Shattered Lash now also counts as melee and ability at the same time. While before it used to only count as an ability, I believe. Cool, I'll stand here. That's fine. Engage in gameplay. Shoot a little grimoire in there for more damage. Can also do this. That's 150. Go and get this babao. Hello, babao. Goodbye. Can I explain what's going on? Of course. So at the moment, we've already done... I'm doing the Warframe Weeklies, which is basically... A lot of the missions in Warframe are time-gated, so you can only do them once a week and get rewards from them. So I already did Deep Archimedia and... Well, so the normal Deep Archimedia and Temporal Deep Archimedia. Those are already done. I have one netracell left that I can do for rewards. and this is just doing the 1999 calendar rewards, where at the moment I had to get 300 melee kills. So I'm using Gara because her ability Shattered Lash, which is her first ability, counts both as an ability but also as a melee weapon now. And it goes through walls, as you can see right here. So that was an entire pack of enemies that was killed. Now, because I'm doing the calendar, I can just leave the mission. There's no point in me staying another 2 minutes. I just leave, get out, and then the calendar will update and I already have the rewards. Mission failed. Mission failed successfully. Skip. A pre-built Forma. That's what I will choose there. So now it's 500 enemies with abilities. And you saw that I was just getting melee kills on Gara. But now I can actually just go into the same mission against tech rod enemies and then spam Shattered Lash and get ability kills. I had to get some more ability kills before this, where I used Sephiroth, which is also an option you can consider. I also mentioned Mesa, which is good for that. But Gara's by far the easiest for me at the moment, and it's also, to me, satisfying to use. Shattered Lash just feels amazing. Yeah, so as you see, 20 enemies killed with abilities at the moment. To prove my point that Shattered Lash counts as both melee and abilities. And then, as I explained in the video, if you aim glide like this, you can actually sort of glide around while using the ability. Otherwise, if you are running, you get this where you stand still, which is fine. It's just a little bit less smooth of a gameplay experience. Can I show the Gara build? Yes, of course. After this I will make sure to pull it up. A little bit earlier, before you joined, I explained why I chose to make the build the way I did. I can quickly do a synopsis of it again when I show it. But there are some different options, so definitely don't take my build as the ultimate example of how you should do it. It's in the end, a lot of it is personal preference. I guess this tile set is a little bit less efficient than the last one I had. I could go further into it to maybe see if there's a good room, but it seems that enemies are spawning a little bit slower than in the last mission. If you want more information about the build, I also have it linked as the first link in the description of the stream at the moment, because it's the latest video I did about a week ago. So if you ever want to go back to it, or after I show it here, you can go there as well. Okay, slowly get here. Maybe it's a little bit better here, more enemies. Yeah, this looks better. Looks like there's bigger packs of enemies that spawn. Plus everything is more equal. I said this before as well, but Gara's first ability, the Shattered Lash, it's sort of like a disc, more or less. In the way the range works. I can actually draw it in paint. Maybe that's fun. Maybe I'll do a quick paint session. And paint what's going on. With how the range of Gara works. Okay, we're almost there, but I'll stay in the mission. Because we're almost at 5 minutes. And then I get my loot. Go down here. There we go.
Turns out it's not just hell scrubbers coming out of the lot. There's some stuff in it. Like this. See? My ass is out here on the line too. You hit this mission's minimum threshold.
Goodbye, Babao.
You didn't come down here to do the
Torment.
minimum, did you?
Where's this acolyte? There he is. Goodbye. Okay, let's get out. It's another one crossed off the list. I guess we also have... I already went to Tashin this week, but I didn't go to Iron Wake yet. For the Kuva, so I'll go there too. Cool. Okay, I'll pull up the Gara build for you right now. Oh, let's see. So, Gara herself is very appropriately modded as a glass cannon. So I don't really have that much survivability on here, except for adaptation, and you can use her second ability, Splinter Storm, for another, it says here 48, but I actually have Molt Augmented, as well as the Grimoire, as well as the Void Sling passive from Madurai, which gives me way more ability strength than this. So this is 60, this will stack up to 60, 250 times 0.24% is 60%. So that's already 130% strength. Then I have 60% strength coming from this foam invocation. And then finally there's the passive, like I said. So if you go into the focus of your operator and you go into Madurai, you have Sling Strength, which adds 40% ability strength. So in total, I actually don't have 70%. I have 160 plus 70, which is what, like 230% ability strength, which is enough to have her Splinter Storm second ability at 90% damage reduction when you cast it. So this will actually become 90% damage reduction. Stacked with adaptation means it's 99.9% damage reduction or 99% damage reduction. I have Equilibrium, because this will make it so that health pickups also give you energy. I have Nourish on the 4th. The quick synopsis of why I did this is because I wanted to run Precision Intensify, because I don't want Blind Rage with negative efficiency. Because if I do it like this, I only have 45 efficiency, which makes my Shattered Lash cost 38.75 energy per cast. While if I have Precision Intensify, it's 25. What is the benefit of running Blind Rage? If you are running Blind Rage, your Shattered Lash will have more damage scaling, because Precision Intensify only counts for Nourish and Blind Rage counts for Shattered Lash as well. So take that into consideration. Whether you want to deal with lower efficiency, you can do this. If you want higher efficiency, you can do this, but at the cost of a little bit of strength. The thing is, you don't need that much strength on Shattered Lash because it counts as a melee weapon that you can now separately mod. So, oh yeah, I also have growing power, so it's even more ability strength. It's 255% ability strength. Anyhow, if you want good damage on your Gara, you need to mod this weapon as well. So you have your frame there. Archon shards are strength, casting speed, and extra ability damage on electricity. Then the weapon itself that you want to mod is this one. So you have two firing modes for this. You either have your puncture or your slash. The slash is a wave with a lot of range, and the puncture is like a little projectile that you shoot. However, when you start playing Gara, you will always do this puncture attack, which is not the one you want. You can cast it in two different ways, either by holding your ability button, which gives you the slash, or by tapping it, which gives you the little projectile. Now what you can do is if you go into your options and you search hold, you get this one, invert tap hold abilities, and that can be either on your controller or your keyboard and mouse. If you go there, you have all of these different frames where you can individually pick per frame whether you want it to be the tap cast, like straight from the get-go, or if you want it to be the hold cast. So if I go to Gara, it's on inverted. So what this means is if I just tap the ability, it will do the slash wave instead of the little projectile. So I don't have to continuously hold my button, which takes more time as well, and is just in general more annoying to do. So that's why I put this on inverted. So it means that I can always do the slash attack straight when I press the button. Back to that Shattered Lash build. Now that all is all out of the way, there's two considerations you can do for this build. If you don't have these mods, that's fine. You can run something that still gives you crit chance. So you can run True Steel here, and then Galvanized Elementalist. If you don't have it, you can run the normal Elementalist. Condition Overload is a mod that gives you more melee damage per status type that's affecting your target. With the build that I'm currently running, I will have Viral, I will have Slash, and I will have Electricity, which means it's 3 times 80%, which is 240% extra melee damage. Now, if I were to run Primed Pressure Point, I would only get 165% melee damage. So that's about, it's 75% less melee damage. The upside of using something like Primed Pressure Point or straight up damage is that you will deal more upfront damage. So Condition Overload only works if enemies are already affected by a status effect. If they are not affected by the status effect, it will not give you extra damage. So whenever you encounter an enemy for the first time, you will deal more damage running this than running this. But if you're staying in missions for longer, like a survival, and you're in there for an hour, at some point enemies will not instantly die from your slash attack anymore. So it's better to run Condition Overload because it has more melee damage that it can provide to you. Then I modded for pure electricity. The reason being that if you look at this status percent, if you hover over it, you will get this pop-up that is slash and electricity, where slash is now 19.2% and electricity is 28.8%. What this means is that whenever a status effect triggers, which is 48% of the hits, I will have a 28.8% chance to do an electricity status effect, and I have a 19.2% chance to do a slash status effect. The reason why I modded for more electricity is to outweigh the amount of electricity to slash damage. So if you look at it here, I have 420 electricity damage, while I only have 280 slash damage. I did this because of this arcane called Melee Influence. On melee electricity status, 20% of your elemental melee status effects has a 20% chance to apply elemental melee status effects to other targets within 20 meters. So this basically is another 20 meters that gets added onto your range on your Gara, which at the moment, because I modded it for a bunch of range, is 31.8 meters. If you add influence on top of this, you have an effective range of 51.8 meters. Now, the reason why I wanted more electricity is because the more electricity status effects that I deal, the higher the chance for me to duplicate the melee attack with melee influence, which is why I went for Shocking Touch as well as Full Take Strike instead of just either one or the other. Gladiator Might could also be swapped away for something like a Bane mod, which is the Smite Orokin, Smite Grenier, Smite Infested, depending on what you are like fighting against. This will be more damage in general than modding for the crit damage, but this is just a more general approach where you don't have to continuously go into your build and change the damn Bane mod, which is a big annoying thing for me. And I would think it's a good thing if we had something like a universal Bane mod that's not necessarily times 1.55 damage, but maybe like times 1.25. Because this will function as a completely separate multiplier from all of your damage. So these mods are extremely powerful. The problem is just that you don't want to swap these out all the time. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire Gara build. There's also another build that I discussed in the video. So if you're interested in more options, then check out the video. Anyhow, with that little intermezzo, we go back to the calendar and look at what we have to do. Just more critical chance. Skip. Skip. I'm not a big Kim enjoyer, if anyone is. I'm terribly sorry that I may have let you down right here by skipping all of their birthdays. But yeah. Kill Techrot. Okay, well, we'll just do another build because I've now shown the Gara build, so I just show another interesting build. And then we're already done with the calendar, so then it's just the netracell left. So let me see if I have any in the quick select. So I did Sephiroth. Could do something like a Volt. Or could do Gyre, which is also fun. Sight Sobek is also an option. I don't know if my sight is like equipped for it at the moment.
Yo, definite improvement. I agree.
No, okay, I do have a bunch of electricity shards, so it should be fine. Take this off, make it Tau Forged, because why not? Electricity damage. Okay, so then I need Sobek. I would actually want electricity on there, but whatever. I think I need this one. So I have Cleanse Orokin and just put Prime Point Blank there because I don't have a Bane mod for the new faction yet. Grimoires, whatever, this, whatever, that's whatever. Okay. Let me check whether this is the right build. I think this is the one I want. I want big range. I'll use this one. Calm and Frenzy to speed the dudes up. The Golden Boy. I like this fashion frame. I'm happy with it. The backpack from TennoCon last year also fits so good on this. Looks great. Okay. So 750 tech rod kills. I have to go to the computer. Just do another survival. Brrrr. Okay. So now we just go and we sit somewhere in a corner. Then we do plonk. We do electricity. We do this thing. Then it should be able to more or less kill the entire map. And we can just shoot through the walls! Warframe gameplay in 2025. We love shooting through walls. It's great. Make sure I have the ammo up, so it actually works.
Clap that geezer.
Very silly build this. Need to make sure I put the ammo down, so I forget.
Rep.
You get a little close, no?
I'll go down in the pits. God. What are we even doing in this game anymore? Wall hacks, literal wall hacks here.
More contamination is getting out of hand. Start holding your breath.
Cheesiest strategies. That life support before I run out. It's actually one of the downsides of this build. Like, you stand in one place a lot, which is fine, and then shoot through the walls. The life support is an issue because you still have to go and pick it up. While with the Gara build before, I was running around so much, so I would just pick it up anyway. Let me actually deal with one of
Hey,
these
one down.
things.
Everything's patterned.
Aha, auto movement bug. Great. Don't know if I'm the only one that gets that because I'm a certified left-handed gamer.
Inbound.
Oh, baby.
Do something.
Oi, easy.
I think they changed the line of sight on the Sobek as well. One of the recent updates. They mentioned something in the patch notes. I'm not sure. Whoop whoop. Oh baby.
Turns out it's not just hell scrubbers coming out of the rot. There's some stuff in it. Like this. See? My ass is out here on the line too. You hit this mission's minimum threshold. You didn't come down here to do the minimum, did you? I'm calling it. Nothing more you can do. Just get out.
Down.
I'll just activate this instead. Don't want to run around. I don't care. Whoop. Boop. Okay, this torment will be interesting. My god, please. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. This build felt more overpowered when I used it the first time. Not sure. Oh wait, I don't have the electricity ammo. There we go.
60 seconds to critical. Activate a scrubber, set off some spore eggs, and get
Felt like it would just propagate more throughout the map before, which may have been the line of sight changes, that it doesn't like trigger around corners. Not sure. It's still pretty busted that you can just like shoot through walls with this. Cool. So that one is done. So the calendar is done. So it's only the netracell now. So I can show my cool netracell build that I've been running. Okay, let's grab this reward before I forget. I'll get the catalyst, sorry. And then let's get this
Definite
back on
improvement. I
Gara.
agree.
Fast assist. Cool. And then Nova. Yes, yes. Netracell Demos. Cool. So this Nova is just to speed up a bunch of the enemies that you usually get in the netracell, so they run into your range earlier. Okay.
What you need?
Netracell. Wait, am I on private? Yes.
Go with the herd, you know? All right. What's his is ours.
Do you have this build on your channel? It looks amazing. No, I don't. The side build, you mean? I haven't done the side build on my channel, but if you look at... God. I don't know the original channel I found the build at. If you give me one moment, I can just look it up on YouTube and I can share it in chat. So it's not necessarily my build. Let's see. Right. Oh, 9. So back. It was relatively old thing. Kufa Ogress, no. God. It will be difficult for me to find the original video that I meant. So I think it was this one. Site.
Okay, static areas footage. Start at 0 kills, end at 224. If you want to.
It might have been this one. Hello, Ozymandias. How are you doing? Okay, I'll drop it in the chat. So it also has the timestamp there. That's already the side thing. I think it was this channel that I watched where he was mentioning the side build. Soul platform. I think it was this one. At least it's that video that I shared. The
There's probably a better
thing, the timestamp might be wrong,
start at 0
but you
kills,
can go through the video and then go
If you wanna know
to
more
the
about
side
that area,
builds.
On site.
Oh, that's the Acarius. No, so that's not it. You may have mentioned it in the thing. Site. So back build. There it is. This is the one. It's a goddamn unlisted video. And then there's credit to the gas video. So if you were to follow back the entire thing academically and refer back, then it was that one that I watched, then it was this one that I watched, and then it was a gas video that I watched. So there you are. I think that was the oldest one. I think the gas video was the oldest one. At least that's the YouTube algorithm chain that I went through to like see that build. Hold on, let me reload chat. Cool. The sidewalk I was watching. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Kai also had a video on it. So you can also watch Kai's video. I think he goes into it as well. Let me get this gas video off. What's up, Gas? Goodbye, Gas. Okay, back to netracells.
To leave the anchor hold, access that terminal.
Okay, so whenever I do netracells, I usually get the first one. Which then reveals the other two. And then what you do, if you want to go quick, is you skip one. So you skip the white one, I think, and then you go towards the yellow one. If you go towards the yellow one, you're closer to where you actually have to be. So you go to this one. Nice portal, GG. Very good job, me. Get this. Then you see the search range go there. Follow that search range out. Then if you pull up your big map, usually the netracell should be in the middle of this yellow circle. And it's always behind one of these kind of doors that I'm looking at. Like the broad one. So that's what you're looking for. But of course the tile sets sometimes don't really work with you. Now it doesn't have to be in the middle, it might also be in either of these two ones. Doesn't look like it, so we're all the way wrong. This will probably go towards extraction. No, it doesn't. I don't know if this loops around and like goes down. Okay, so this is extraction, so that's definitely not where I have to be. I guess I got relatively unlucky with the tile set right now. Okay, then it has to be. If I hacked all 3, I would have found it already. So this really defeats my goddamn point that I wanted to make. Has to be here somewhere. Which of the branches did I not follow out yet? I followed all of them, right? Yeah. Guess I didn't go straight there, but... Here? Oh, that's outside of the... Okay, yeah, sure. It's outside of the range, but whatever. Usually it doesn't take me this long to find it. Yeah. Now it's just a matter of spamming Nova's ability to speed enemies up so they run into the circle faster, and then it's basically just a Magistar heavy spam build to kill everything. And then I have Wrathful Advance for extra damage, which you don't really need, like I'm doing 100 million, but there's no point. Also make sure to cast your neutron stars to give you damage reduction. 255 million, damn son. The slam attacks go through walls, so usually when you have the Necromite you can just go there quickly and then slam somewhere in the like relative vicinity of it, and it should be fine. Sometimes I like to camp these sort of doors and then slam just inside of the circle to kill everything there. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. This is basically it though. It's just running around like an absolute madman, giving people flippin' giving people epileptic episodes. And that's about it. Bam. I think we should have another Necromite. And then slam there. Sure. Gone. Make sure you're in the circle as well when killing stuff. Otherwise it doesn't count. I like dealing 200 million damage against an enemy that only has 500,000 health. I'm really considering like doing my builds differently. Like I've done a lot of look at this big damage number kind of builds. I'm reconsidering doing more like efficiency based builds, but I don't like KPM as a metric either, because it's so KPM as a metric is so convoluted. There's so many like factors that go into whether you have high or low KPM, ranging from not only your builds but also your tile set, like your general funneling of enemies, like how the tile set reconnects to each other and stuff. What mission you are playing can vastly change kills per minute. So I don't like it as a metric to like score builds because it's so inconsistent. And there's so much variation. What do I get? Where's my netracell reward? We're updating a yellow shard. Okay, I can live with a yellow shard. If I would have gotten another blue, I would have. Yeah. Oh. I would have rage quit, guys. Would have been over. Okay, so the only thing I have left to do is go to Iron Wake. I'll also show this Nova build real quick. It's nothing super special. So I did put on some shards. I think I have 2 for cast speed. No, I have 1 for parkour velocity just to go quicker through the mission. 1 is cast speed, and then these 3 are melee crit damage for the Magistar. And this is what the build looks like. I've ready steel here. What you could do if you want even more damage, you could run this out. You don't necessarily need that. Preparation is nice for whenever you spawn in. You could drop Augur Secrets, and then what you could do is search for the Nera set and put these 2 mods in, Nera's Hatred and Nera's Anguish. This will give you more damage on your slam attacks, but as you saw, I was already dealing millions, if not hundreds of millions, which is complete overkill anyway, so you don't really need that. However, Primed Sure-Footed is just like, it's a comfortable slot. It's like a comfy pick. There's no reason necessarily to have this or need this. It's just there because I don't like being knocked around. Another decent mod there, if you don't have Primed Sure-Footed, is just a regular, even though it's not as good. Or something like Handspring, I think. That gets you up more easily. Handspring makes it so whenever you are knocked down, it's quicker to start running again. Faster on your feet. But yeah, that's what this build looks like. It's built for a bunch of strength as well as a little bit of duration. So I have Null Star, which is 15 particles, which means I already have the max for the damage reduction, which goes up to 90. 15 times 11. Wrathful Advance is here to further boost the slam attacks. Wormhole I keep because it makes me quick for certain tile sets that I have to go across for netracells. And then Molecular Prime I cast it as the speed ability, so it speeds enemies up. So it's 75% more speed. Arcane Fury for more damage on the slams. You could run whatever you want on either of these efficiencies for more duration, but you can also use whatever you find comfortable. So that being Avenger is also fine. Hotshot maybe if you have like heat damage from Neutron Star if you're running the augment, but other than that, no. These weapons don't matter. Use whatever kind of primary and secondary you want, and then the Magistar is Magistar Incarnon with Edge of Justice, Seismic Slam, and Critical Parallel. This one is mainly the one that boosts your slams. It's a lot more range, which makes it way easier to kill enemies. I do have a Riven here. You can use something. What do I have here? It's like crit chance. So if I look for critical chance, you could run something like Gladiator Might there. I don't have the space for it on my build, but Gladiator Might there could be good. Just in general, maybe more damage. Something like Fever Strike or Primed Fever Strike. It's whatever, really. As long as you have Seismic Wave on here, you are pretty much good to go. And Arcane Reflex is there, so I instantly have the Incarnon form ready, as well as Corrupt Charge and Ready Steel on Nova. Because then it means that I only have to like slam once, get 1 kill or whatever, and I can activate Incarnon mode because I already have 6 times combo. I even have 7 or 8 times if I remember correctly. So yeah, that's that. So let's get to Iron Wake, and then we're pretty much done for the weekly. So I don't know if there's people still in chat that want me to discuss things. If you have questions, if you want to share a build or want me to look into something, I can definitely do that as well. So just let me know in chat. Could also do something like a poll. You can see. I think I also have to pick up my Nightwave rewards because I think I have unlocked biotic rounds by now. So yeah, if you didn't know, after the change of the Harrow quest, you unlock the Iron Wake and you can come here, talk to this guy, and then you can exchange riven slivers that you get from Maximus units for random riven mods. So I got a pistol riven mod and I got another pistol riven mod. You can also get credits. And you can get this. You can get Kuva, 35k Kuva for only 10 riven slivers, which I have way too many of. So don't forget to go to this place as well. What I also could do is I could farm up some... Hi, hey, how are you doing? I could also farm up some void plumes for more Kuva in the future. It's not really that much else that I need, honestly. Could do the Technosite. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the weeklies done. I don't know. What time are we on? How long have we been playing? Let me check stream. I've been playing for almost 3 hours. Okay, now fair enough. To do the entire thing, also with some side steps. Oh no, it's 2 hours, 20 minutes. Never mind. My YouTube is a bit odd. 2 hours, 22 minutes. So 2.5 hours to do all of the weeklies. That's not bad. I'm happy in the last hotfix. Really? Was there an issue with the sound effects? I didn't know. That's good. I guess they didn't fix the Arcane Ice Storm thing yet, right? Let's hop in the simulacrum real quick. Wondering if it still works or not. Probably does. Don't have a Harrow build anymore. Oh. Go here. Imagine having 3 Harrows. God. I like green today. We like the green. Cool. Okay. Weapons don't really matter. Ice Storm still works? Good. Waiting on my game to load. Yep, still works. Cool. Yeah, so I don't have regular Mesa, but apparently there's something with the crit chance there. Don't really have any other plans. I could do like a Kome survival, but I don't have that much time. Not left at the moment. I was recording stuff for the Zephyr video. I could do that live on stream. Tie an axe. I haven't really played around with titanium much ever since the Exalted changes. I have been using Kome in a lot of survivals though. That's so much fun. All of the decrees. Crazy decrees. Go back. See if there's any kind of mission that I can do to farm some stuff. Maybe run some relics. Have I tried to code a Torx account? Blast Acuity. I can have a look. It is a relatively weird weapon that I haven't used a lot yet. Conjunction, survival, and cascades. But I have no mod boost. Does Circuit hold a mod boost for me this week? Installed, installed, installed. Don't have installed. Not like I'm gonna do Circuit. I could do Circuit. Gives me something else to do, I guess. No mod drop boost though. Boo. Any good? Pretty much have all of that. Oh, Archon Hunt, of course! How could I forget the Archon Hunt? It's for a damn blue shard though. God damn it, the blue shards. The blue shards are the bane of my existence this week. I guess I'll do that. I guess I'll do the Archon and then close off stream. That makes sense. So I didn't actually do all the weeklies. Don't tell anyone, guys. Don't tell anyone. It's only the blue Archon shard that I missed. It's a bullshit reward anyway. Where's my Wukong? Get this one. But yeah, I didn't really look into most of the Coda weapons yet. I still have to do builds for them. Or like, have I ever tried? Don't forget my sortie. Yeah, I know, Gamble, I know. I should do my sortie as well. Welcome, by the way. Oh, I had a nightmare mission. Oh, how could I forget about the nightmare mission? Honestly, if I get rhyme rounds from a nightmare mission, I'm chilling. It's like 70 plat or some shit. I have tried and I have used Gara in the past, by the way. But I haven't used the new augment yet, so... I just know that the augment at the moment is a bit buggy, because apparently if enemies shoot you through the sphere, you get electricity on yourself as well, which kind of feels bad. I guess the way to fix it is like just make Gara invisible with like a Uras or a Shade. I think I've seen a video from you on that, Gamble, like an invisible Gara, which looked pretty OP. Pop, 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 pop. 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 And I'm out. Oh, I cannot activate that yet. Hold on. Oh, I have to get this one first. Slam Wukong. Outdated. I've done Gara to level 3k before. It's got some lags but won't go all the way. Yeah, I think at some point you just get damage fall off because of the armor. It definitely is better now than before Jade Shadows, after the armor nerfs. Still level 3k in the survival, that's like 2 hours. How many hours is that? It's like a couple of hours, 2.5 hours or something. Which is way longer than normal people stay anyway. Bunting on the Torxica if you have anti-faction mod with the passive, which is multiplicative. Which is another. Ah, interesting. So the passive of the Torxica is multiplicative to everything. That makes it really good. So much hacking. Oh god.
Truly sorry. For
I half on chat.
I saw the truth
Didn't fail though.
far too late.
Call me hacker man.
Never forgive me. But you will. Won't you?
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh no! I activated my thing a little bit too late. Now I have 20 seconds to hack this. Okay. Well, let's see if I make it. Now we've got time pressure, baby. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. I might not make this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think I got it. There's no way! What? Fuck you, game. Fuck you. Shit. God damn it. Damn it. Urgh. Well, here we go again. One mistake cost me greatly. I don't agree with that though. I was on time. You saw me hack it. You saw me hack it. It was on the second, but I had it. I had it.
You know these vaults. Get in. Find what you can.
Oh, Natar. I am only a son cracked. Come to me in humility.
Boop.
Abase yourself. You, even you.
How did I hack that in one go? Interesting. Wait, why is everything hacked? What? What did I do? I did something there. I blame lag. I blame lag too. Definitely lag. Okay, we got the bad apple though. We got the one where I failed last time. Now we should be good. Still don't know how I managed to hack both of those consoles in one go without the hacking minigame. No idea what happened there. Wait. Get the order right. Whoop. 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 As a mid-game playing, still clearing steel path, can you recommend an easy nuke frame? Yes, I can do. I'll dive into your comments after this mission. So I didn't build the wrong one with my resources. Yes. Yes. I have the ultimate recommendation for you. If you want something to nuke that works all the way up to level cap, I have just the thing for you. It will be a little bit of investment, but it should carry you through the entire game. It also depends on how long you want to do things like Void Cascades, if you actually want to go to level cap or not. If you don't care about level cap that much, I might have a different build to recommend. It's Octavia, yeah, honestly. Octavia is just a bit slower in stuff like exterminates, but she's an absolute goat in both Cascade and survivals in general. So powerful. Frame is so good. My most played frame, Octavia, actually. Which is when I was still doing a lot of... When Steel Essence wasn't capped, I was doing a lot of survivals on Octavia to farm a bunch of Steel Essence, so I would have a metric ton of relics whenever a new Prime dropped, so I could sell a whole bunch of those sets. That was my go-to way of making platinum back before they put a cap on pretty much everything that you can get. Kuva, Steel Essence, everything. Well, I guess Steel Essence is not really capped, but the amount of relics you can buy is capped. I should say it correctly. Nuke frames. Let's go. Okay, so I'll actually go to the simulacrum so I can also show them.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without...
The only thing I have to know is, do you have access to the Helminth system, Ziv? If you have the ability to put Helminths on frames, that would help me with what I would recommend. Just go here and quickly call it nuke. One frame that I can always recommend is Dante, because Dante can do some nasty stuff with the 3 and the 4. So this is the Dante build that I've been running a lot. You can drop Archon stretch for a regular stretch. Equilibrium doesn't have to be fully leveled. Primed flow can be a normal flow. Intensify is there. Blind Rage you can level to level 8 instead of 10 if you want to. Primed Continuity can be a normal continuity. Basically all of the primed mods you don't necessarily need. Power Drift is nice. Growing Power, you can use whatever aura. Aura doesn't matter. Arcane Impetus is nice to have, but it requires you to have another arcane on your Noctua gun thing. So I would actually recommend something like this, Efficiency and Augmented. Both of these arcanes work on practically any Warframe. So definitely I would recommend you picking up these down the line, Molt Efficiency and Molt Augmented. I'll just go back to my Impetus though. You can now mod Dante's book called Noctua, where I run secondary Encumber to get a bunch of status effects, which gets impetus on my frame going, which is extra ability strength as well as efficiency. This is the build I have on Noctua for that. How do I play impetus without Noctua? I don't. So if I don't have Noctua modded for Encumber, I use duration. I use efficiency, as I said, for extra duration. I think that's also on here. If you go full Noctua, you get precision. Oh yeah, you can also go steadfast if you don't have impetus, but you do have steadfast. Steadfast is really nice as well because you are casting a ton. Dante also nuke level cap 2. He can do. It's a little bit harder and will require you to have specific guns. But what Dante does is he provides you the ultimate means of survivability paired with good damage for most of the missions. If you want something that actually nukes all the way to level cap, I can recommend Sephiroth. Either feels somewhat kind of slow. Yeah, Octavia is relatively slow. She does get a lot quicker to kill on level cap because the damage reflected is that of level cap enemies, so they just one-shot themselves the entire time. So she does get faster towards level cap, but definitely in the beginning it's not really nukes per se. It's just waiting for them to die, which is also fine. It's not as fast though. Sephiroth, regular Sephiroth you can get, or Sephiroth Prime you can now also get, which should by now be relatively cheap. On Sephiroth, the thing you want to have is both of these augments. You want Dark Propagation and Shadow Haze. And I will see if I have a regular build where I can take everything off, and then I can show you how it works. So any old aura mod will do. What you want is you want relatively high strength. So keep in mind at the moment I have 4 of these strength shards, which you will probably not have, but that's fine. You want mostly strength. If you do have the Helminth system available to you, I would recommend putting Roar over your Exalted Shadow and then running Precision Intensify, which will buff the damage of your Roar ability. The reason why you want to buff Roar damage is because the damage combination that I will show does something called true damage, and true damage in Warframe bypasses both shields and armor. And what happens with Sephiroth's abilities is that it will scale based on the level, the amount of health the enemy has. So the more health the enemy has, the higher the damage will become. And because enemies that are higher level have more health, your damage also increases, which is why you can kill level cap enemies, because the damage scales with the level of the enemy. Now, another way to get more Roar, change the ability for yes. So you would put Roar over your Exalted Shadow, which I have on this first or second or third build right here. So I put Roar on my 4th slot, which is from Rhino, which you most likely have or can relatively easily farm. Now, the way this interaction works is you do need both of these augments for Sephiroth, which you can get from the market or in trade chat. These should be not super expensive, and otherwise usually people are kind enough for you. Like if you ask people in your alliance or clan, most people will just give these to you for free. You want both of these because they have an interaction with each other where it will spread and then re-trigger the ability. So what happens with this Reap augment is that it increases your critical chance, which is a flat value, which is nice. However, a new shadow emerges from those enemies when they perish. So if you have enemies that are inflicted with your Death Harvest, which is a thing that you can get when you cast Sow on enemies, they will have Death Harvest on them. A new shadow will spawn, and a spawned shadow is basically what you cast when you do Reap. So when you do Reap, a shadow flies outwards, dealing a bunch of damage. And then this one, when enemies die, will spawn new ones of it. So it's a re-triggering of the effect. Then Dark Propagation. What this does is that enemies killed while inflicted with Sow will spread Death Harvest. So in a 50-meter radius. So what happens with this is that if enemies die, they will become enemies that have Death Harvest, and then if they die, they will re-trigger this ability, and then it keeps re-triggering itself basically whenever an enemy dies, if they are close enough. This means that you do want at least some range on your Sephiroth. So I would put something like Stretch, maybe something like Augur Reach, and not overextend it because this tanks your ability strength, and as I said, we want a lot of ability strength. Now if I spawn some lower level enemies, so I'll just get some heavy gunners, but make them not level 215, but maybe like level 30 or whatever to start out with. I cast the second ability, then I cast the first ability, and everything is dead. That's basically how that works. Now, if they are higher level, this is not a huge deal. I could go up to maybe like level 100. They are already in Steel Path, by the way. This almost works. So as you see, they didn't get insta-killed because they didn't take enough damage, but then once I cast it again, they basically die. there's a couple of ways you can increase this true damage that you deal. One is with these ability strength shards. Another way is with ability damage shards. Or with ability damage from roar, as I said before. So that's like build C that I have here. So this roar damage increase also increases the true damage that you deal from that damage interaction. So if I now go back and I get... Even works on enemies with overguard, but I do this and this. Don't have energy. Get me some energy. Cost the 1, everything is dead. And it doesn't matter whether an enemy has armor or not, so you don't need armor strip. This just works through the armor. What could happen is if you don't have enough ability strength and your roar percent is not high enough, you can actually also do it in another way, which is with viral. So I'll actually take my pet off for this to show you. Let's say I go back to my other build where I don't have roar. I do have some range and I have both of these augments. I'll take this off. I have 60% extra strength from the shards, but that's it. If I now spawn these max level, if I spawn max level enemies, sorry, go all the way there, bonk bonk. Spawn these. So I don't have roar now. So as you see, it doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. If I spam this again, it almost kills them, and then this is sort of the problem, is that I actually said it wrong. It's not necessarily the amount of health that the target has in total. That's not what it scales off of. It's the amount of health the target has at the moment you cast your ability. So as you see right here, they all had like a slither of health left, like a micrometer on their health bar was still there, because the ability didn't kill them in one go. So you deal more damage to enemies that have a lot of life left. So you would rather run into enemies that have a lot of life than enemies that are already on low health. However, what you can do, and I see that there's an annoying ad playing, so I'll wait a bit. What you can do to get this damage up is use something like a primer. So if you have a regular epitaph or epitaph prime, which is Sephiroth's secondary that he released with, is you can mod this to have viral damage. And viral damage will also increase the true damage you deal. So same as with roar, this will increase the damage by another 325%, which means that you can, with just a couple of viral stacks, kill enemies even though you have barely any ability strength. So what I can actually do to show that is I can put overextended on my Sephiroth once my game decides to load. So I have 100% ability strength again. This also works if you have 40% ability strength. So I'll put overextended here. So now I have 100%, which is just the base. You will see that without any viral, I cannot at all kill these enemies. And the damage will go down and down and down. And it's almost impossible to kill them if they have almost no health left. At least they are pretty much one shot, which is nice. However, if I now do it a little bit differently, I have all of these enemies, but I make sure that they have some viral on them. So that's that little pill icon, the little virus icon. If I now do the damage combination, they all die, because we have 325% extra damage. So depending on what you want, if you want super massive nukes across entire rooms and multiple rooms, you would build for maximum range. And then you would go around through the mission and do like epitaph spam like this. Just shoot this thing everywhere and then do your combination of 2 and 1. Some people don't like that and would rather only do 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, which is where the roar build is a little bit better. And then you build for more ability strength. So this is the full roar build. If you want to work towards something, I would advise you work towards this. And if you want some different recommendations for things that can do viral damage, I can suggest you pick up a compressor, which has innate viral. So if you have no mods on here, you have viral damage. Or you can, yeah, you can bring your second, if you just bring it for your fashion, you now have a reason to use it in a mission. So a compressor, you can spam this as well. You would need some fire rate and multi-shot on it, but you can get viral on enemies this way as well, which also kills them instantly, more or less. Boom. And yeah, this goes all the way up to level cap. So because it scales off of enemy health, keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. That's pretty much it. On the Sephiroth build that I usually run, it's a little bit more like advanced. I have the Praedos for movement speed. So this has parkour velocity as well as sprint speed. I have the Epitaph, which I've just shown with secondary fortifier because there's a weird bug with Sephiroth that never got fixed. If you have enemies with overguard and you cast your second ability and then go into operator mode and then go out, there's a chance, yeah, there you see it, you get overguard. Why this is the way it is, I have no idea. There's something going on with secondary fortifier carrying over to your like to your amp on your operator. But if you cast your 2 on enemies that have overguards, you will get overguards from secondary fortifier on your secondary, even if you don't have it selected. So all you have to do is go through the mission, sometimes go into your operator while your second ability is active, and you will just get overguard. And the nice thing about this is that it has a health gate. So you literally have enough. If you have 1 overguard, it's enough to trigger it. So if I disable all the AI here, what you will see is the thing will shatter. If I then cast the second ability, go into operator, go back, I will keep re-triggering this overguard, and I can more or less have a couple of seconds where I'm invincible, and then it's easier to go through the mission. Now I'm not insta-killing anything, apparently, because they have overguard. So I died, but usually in a mission, if you're running around and you already have your combo going, then everything should more or less be dead. So even if the AI is on, it's like, whap, kill everything, go, go, go. And then sometimes you get extra overguard. If you want to, you could use something like a Shade Prime or a Worm. A Worm Prime is also decent because it has some shield gating mechanics that it can give you. But Shade Prime will keep you invisible. So if you have the Roar build and you don't want to spam your secondary, what the Shade can do is if you get close to enemies, it will actually make you invisible once it wants to do it. There we go. And then you can cast abilities while being invisible and you won't be targeted. However, the moment you start shooting or run away quickly or there's no enemies in the vicinity of you, the invisibility will go away. Okay, back to comments for a bit. I was struggling to keep Sephiroth alive in Steel Path mission. Survivability is an issue, I feel. Yeah, so that's where the secondary fortifier thing comes in, which is how I usually stay alive. If I have secondary fortifier on my secondary, I can stay alive by just going into operator every now and then. And then that's pretty much that. Secondary is useful, I think. Roar build sensible. Yes, the Roar is definitely easier to build for. And you don't need all of the weapons and the swapping and the things. I'm afraid I'm gonna die when I'm running around shooting the Epitaph. Yeah. So if you are going for that Roar build, I would suggest the Shade Prime or the Ures Kubro. So the Ures Kubro has this mod called Stalk, where you become invisible, and the Shade has the same mod basically, but then on a Sentinel. Depending on what you want, the Shade is a little bit more reliable for the invisibility. However, you don't have Retriever mods. So on the Ures you can get extra loot. So being a mid-game player, I would advise you get a Ures Kubro instead. Primed Animal Instinct, all these primed mods you don't necessarily need. Synth Deconstruct is nice though, as well as Tenacious Bond and Tandem Bond, but it's whatever. So yeah, that's the nuke I would advise, but there's so many options nowadays. Gara Prime is really good. I was using Gara Prime a little bit earlier to nuke maps. It just doesn't scale to the level cap necessarily. What other nukes do we have? Zaku is really good because they have scaling damage. Zaku has scaling damage with the second ability, Grasp of Loke. I do have a guide on that as well. If you want, I can link the Sephiroth video that I've made in the past. Might be a little bit outdated, I'm not entirely sure. But I have one that's almost a year old by now. It's this one. Here is the thing for Sephiroth, which you can check out. And what Dante can do is, if you have something where you can apply a lot of status effects, Dante becomes really good as well. Dante's Book Club. So if you have a Pharaoh Predicite and you have a Dante with the mecha set, which I may have here somewhere. This looks like it's the mecha builds. Mecha. There. What you can do with that is you just let your Kubro attack. If you cast your 3 a couple of times and then cast your 4, it will also nuke, but it's a little bit less reliable, a little bit less scaling. This is better for like medium level stuff. Sephiroth is easiest though. So I would say have fun with that. With that being said, I am going to end the stream. We more or less did all of the weeklies except for the Archon Hunt, but I did share some interesting information as well, so hopefully that was useful as well to you guys. I will be back somewhere soon, probably with a video on the Tornadoes ability from Zephyr, which I've had a whole guide on. It's gonna be a long one. It looks like it's gonna be about 30 minutes, but I had to separate it because the ability is so like it's so complicated that it needed its own video. If I would put it in one guide with Zephyr itself, it would be like an hour, 1.5 hours long, which is just not undoable. So that video should be out somewhere towards the end of the week, I hope, possibly early next week, because it does take a long time to get that together, because I want to make sure that I have nice gameplay clips on the back end to sort of illustrate what's going on with all of the ability nonsense that it has. So yeah, I've seen a few of my videos. Thank you a lot for that compliment. Thank you. It does take time to make them, and I do try to keep the quality up. So that's also why the upload schedule is not super reliable and super consistent. But there's also later in the week I'll have another podcast episode that I'll record with Well Played Ninjas. So do keep an eye out for that as well. That will probably get, I don't know, we'll have to see when that gets published and whether the schedule's aligned to actually record it. I'll have to speak to him about that, but there should be a second episode of the podcast coming soon as well, if you are more into like me rambling with another Warframe dude, like long form content. But yeah, with all of that said, thank you guys for checking out the stream. I hope to see you again soon. Check out the videos as well. Check out the videos that I've linked from other creators in this comment section too. There's a good side build that you can look at. Some other good KPM nuke builds as well from Jake Kill. So check them out too. And have a good one. See you guys.